Yo, what up? Welcome back to Pino News, man. Listen, bro, I'm upset. My recording earlier, like literally the second half just straight didn't show up at all. Aggravating, but it is what it is. But I'm back with my boy General, and like, yo,
Hi.
listen, he wanted to do a stream earlier about like arguing between the Church of Jesus Christ Son of Bitch Man nigga and the Church of Nature God, right? And so I decided that, like, see, I was thinking about this, General, right?
Mhm.
I was thinking, has there ever been like a combination church? I know there's been a bunch of schisms, but I've never heard of a
Oh.
combination.
Oh, like two separate like ideas coming together.
Yeah,
Like a convergent evolution sort of thing. Um I don't know if we have had that, but we should have that. That makes sense. I support that.
right. I mean, because like mine and your ideology isn't far apart.
It's not that far apart. I mean, there's some differences, but I feel like we're buddies, we're friends on this one.
Yeah, I feel you, right? Like what we do is not like far apart. Our ideologies are not far apart. And I feel like, you know what I mean? Like the Church of Jesus Christ, not a bitch, man, nigga. And the Church of Nature God, like, should be two things, should be like one thing, right?
I got no issues with joining congregations. You know, build that shit together. You know, we all agree that mankind's thoughts are the ultimate enemy. That's we know that the Tower of Babel is probably like the ultimate evil that we have to fight against, which is thinking. Mankind should stop thinking so hard. I think that you and I agree on that. And you know what? We got some minor differences, like in this road or whatever the fuck. But I feel like these don't matter that much in the scope of the demons that we're trying to fucking deal with. So you're my friend. I hope that I'm your friend. And fuck yeah, dude. Fucking let's team up.
Right? Like you're my boy, Blue. And so, like, I was thinking, right, as a whole. So I was thinking about the Church of the Nature God earlier while I was out on my walk. And you're like walking and shit, exercising and get your brain all like active and proper amounts of glucose, all that type of shit, right? And I was thinking about it, and I believe that like what we both need as a whole are like tenets of the church. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm willing to follow.
All right. So think about it like this, right? So in the Church of Jesus Christ, not a bitch made nigga. Like one of the tenets, like one of the main tenets is don't be bitch made. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, don't be a lamb.
Don't be domesticated.
Don't be domesticated.
Classic
right?
nature
And
God. Yeah.
you're the same thing with nature God, right?
Yep.
But on top of that, I feel like part of it should also be like lift heavy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like part of like the church should be, you know what I mean? To like, like be a part of nature and be, you know what I mean? And like to appreciate the creation that nature made.
Yo, I don't know why the fuck Florida man is in here. He's making noise. This is weird.
Hang on, I'm just gonna mute him for a second, right?
Yep.
Like, what do you think?
I mean, I get that. Like, you should. Yeah, I understand. Like the idea of like you should lift heavy shit, but I think that in the Church of the Nature God, I think that's more like you should have grandchildren, and you have to do whatever is necessary to do that, which means that sometimes you do have to lift heavy shit. Sometimes you have to lift things that you're not even comfortable lifting, but you have to do it anyway because that's how you survive.
Right. I mean, it's like, so I feel like lifting heavy shit and like, I mean, like keeping your ass in like a decent place mentally and like keeping your ass in a decent place physically and like not worshiping ideas of man, right? Because that's one of the big things in your church is not worshiping the ideas of man. And I like that.
Of course. Yeah, because it's a good idea.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, the mentality should be that, like, we should not worship the ideas of man. We should worship the ideas of, like, fucking your ideas of qualia, right? Like, your ideas of, like, what it is that you sense.
I mean, Yes, I mean this. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it just. I don't know. Like I don't know how to break humanity free from this prison that humanity has constructed with ideas. Like I almost feel like uh humanity is like in a prison right now, and it's a prison that is built out of thoughts. Like science is a thought, and I believe that science actually can be used to enslave man. Um, and yet I I I I don't know how to I don't know how to break man free from this prison. I almost sometimes get the sad thought that man is perpetually imprisoned. Of course he's not. It's not true, but sometimes I feel bad. And I do get that thought.
Well, like, here's another part of this, and I think we got to address this, right? Because like, look at this word that keeps coming up, bro.
Yeah,
we talked about this last night, right? It's a dumb word. That word evil is dumb.
Shit. Is evil dumb? I have a long history of not liking the word evil, but is it a dumb word? I don't know.
It is, right? So like, okay, think about it like this. So when you said, like, I remember you told me, you said, fucking nature God can be a complete bitch. You know what I'm saying? It can be like a fucking asshole, right? Because like it'll just tear your ass, like it'll just tear you up. You know what I mean? Sometimes like it'll just do what needs to be done for nature, right?
Nature God will murder you if you are good calories.
Right. So the idea that like God being evil is an intention thing, right? But intentions are fucking dumb, right? Because like you can't know anybody's intentions, right? Like there's a lot of people who do a lot of shit that you would consider bad for you, right? But like they don't see it as evil, they see it as being good for them.
Yes, of course. These are called preferences. This is why morality doesn't exist, but preferences do. Yeah.
Right. So like this mentality of like saying that things are evil is fucking stupid.
I mean, like, you're not gonna fucking get me to disagree with myself. I have always, like, basically, since I came on Discord, I've always said that evil is kind of a stupid notion and that we probably should stop thinking about it. I mean, yeah, like, evil. I don't think that there are actually evil things. Some people believe in evil, and, like, some people believe in fucking ghosts or whatever. It doesn't make it exist. Yeah, I mean, 100%.
Right. I mean, that's my mentality, right? Is so like when you start thinking about shit as a whole, right? Like every time I hear the word evil, I know that somebody has a horrible misunderstanding of how shit works.
That is probably, I would probably have to agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So there's like, there's this old dude I hang out with named Pops, right? And it's not my Pops. He's a friend of mine, Pops, right? And Pops, he has a YouTube channel. And he's like, these fucking people are evil, Tommy. They fucking evil. And I'm like, no, they're not. Right? Like, listen, they're not evil. They're doing what's best. You know what I'm saying? For like their metrics of what their God want. My cat is over here like crushing shit. I'm sorry. Welcome. They're doing what's best for like the metrics of what their God wants, which is their God is GDP.
I mean, but we all know that the one true God is GDP. Everybody knows that.
I mean, if you're a government worker, the one true God is GDP. If you are a tech bro, the true God is GDP. If you are somebody who relies on the stock market, you know what I mean? Your true God is motherfucking GDP. But if you're a human being who lives in the world, GDP doesn't fucking matter. It's a stupid metric of nonsense.
What up, can you have you ever thought about like how many like humans care a lot about GDP? You ever thought about like why is it that so many humans care so much about this irrelevant object called GDP? It almost seems like a cult, like I don't have any reason to worship this Cthulian cultish god personally, but a lot. It seems as though so much of humanity is worshiping this weird god. Can we stop? I want off Mr. Bones' wild ride. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? You know, in theory, if you really think about it.
I mean, like the thing is that GDP, right? You know what I'm saying, is the metric by which they measure like the most amount of good that they can do, right? It's like that libertarian principle where they say, like, you know, if you are selling something in the economy, you are adding value, right? Because you're creating, you know what I'm saying, like fucking, you're creating wealth, right? As a whole. That's the idea, right? It's the ultimate, like, what are we doing that's ultimately good?
I mean, what are we doing that's good though?
Me personally, I'm like fucking.
No, I mean,
love other humans.
Look. I believe that both you and I are trying to be humans in this grand fucking Zinchian game. That's a Warhammer 40K reference, Zinchian. In this grand Zinchian game that we're playing, I think that you and I are both trying to be humans, but still, there is I think like there's this aspect of humanity that they want to try to win the game, this theoretical game. It's not even like the game of Darwinian evolution, which is a fair game to try to win. No, it's something different. It's the game of ideas. Man, I continue to be fucking perplexed by mankind. But I do want to say this, man. I love man. I think that man is really cool, and I want nothing more than to spend the rest of my days just talking to man. That's the only thing I want. I fucking love man. I hate the idea that AI could replace man. I hate this concept so much. I think it's one of the most evil things that humanity has ever constructed. But I love man. And I think it's really important to acknowledge our love for man. We love man. Everybody loves man. Come on, guys. We all love man.
Listen. So, like, here's the thing, right? And this is where I'm at. So, I'm not a universalist, right?
Of course not.
Right? Because universalism is fucking dumb, right?
Yeah, it's gay.
Right. I love like my community members and my family, right? And you know what I mean, like the people of my clan. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's where I'm at. Like, and I love those, you know what I'm saying, who, you know, share my mentality and make my life better and challenge me mentally, you know what I mean, to like rise up and become better. Right. So I always have this theory of like iron sharpens iron all the time, right?
Yes, that is a thing.
Those who I run into who are really fucking smart, and I mean, I like to stand here and be around those people, and I appreciate them for making me better.
You know, you want to know something, man? Like 100%, like human to human. I appreciate you, man, because you make me better. Right, like I do believe that, and I hope that I make you better. Yeah, but this is part of this whole thing that we have to like understand. It's that we as humans love other humans. I have love for other humans. I appreciate human shit. I do not appreciate human thoughts about things. I don't appreciate contrived nonsense. I don't appreciate AI. I don't appreciate the Tower of Babel. I don't appreciate any of these things because this is fake and gay nonsense. But what I do fundamentally appreciate is my actual flesh and blood fellow man. And we have to start loving. We have to start loving each other more. We have to start loving man, not the ideas of man, mind you. The ideas of man are kind of oopsie poopsie, silly willy. I don't know if I would trust those, but I do love my fellow man, and we have to start loving.
All right.
I do
So like
believe
yo,
that.
I wanted to listen, I want to hammer down like the idea of nature God because like this is why like I like the idea of nature God
Mhm.
because like you know what I mean it applies to like motherfucking the Church of Jesus Christ on a bitch man. Nigga, allow me to go on a soliloquy like I did last night, right? So the mentality of the Church of Jesus Christ on a bitch man nigga, is the reason why I feel the way I do that the church is wrong is because my fundamental understanding of the principles of how fucking like God and like you are supposed to work is that God created, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, he created you. You're the son of God, right? You know what I'm saying? You're one of God's children. And in being one of God's children, you know, I mean, Jesus was God's son. Therefore, Jesus is your brother, right? And you don't need Jesus to believe in God as a whole, right? That's always been my mentality, right? Like Jesus is not a necessary part of that. Jesus also wasn't a punk, he was a radical. You know what I'm saying? He was a revolutionary in his time. And I believe that when God made you, right? God made you, right? Because like God made, you know what I'm saying, your dad, and he made your grandfather and your great grandfather and your great great grandfather and your great 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 grandfather, right? Going the whole way back. And all of these people shed blood and gave their lives to bring you to where you are today, to feed their sons, to feed their sons, to feed their sons who fed you. Right. And he created motherfucking the land around you that worked that nurtured you and raised you and like you walked on and played on as a kid. Right. And this is where like the nature thing comes down. Like you belong to that land as much as the land belongs to you. Right. All of these ideas as a whole, right, are very, very, you know what I'm saying? Like very fundamental to me in my understanding of how like religion works and how shit operates. And like the way to win the game and the way to like stand here and to show, you know, I mean, like God, that you appreciate him and that you appreciate yourself and that you appreciate his work is by standing here creating more of yourself and passing that forward
That would
as
make
a whole.
sense.
You know what I'm saying? And this is where nature God comes in, right? Because nature God, like the ultimate thing that you could do for nature God is to create copies of yourself and have grandchildren. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, I
What? So
it's nuts to me how it is that mankind has become I guess like so broken from what he was meant to be. I mean, mankind was meant to be, you know, just like another animal, an animal that's very good at tool use, mind you. Of course, man is incredible at tools, but the whole a man is just like any species. He is meant to reproduce himself. This is what crows do. This is what dolphins do. This is what slugs do, octopuses do. Everybody does this. We reproduce ourselves, and I don't know how it is that we exactly like lost the sauce, but we've gone insane. I swear to God, there are actual fucking humans that think that it's not that like it's not important to reproduce yourself. You know, you can you actually you can sterilize yourself. There are people that think that it's okay to sterilize yourself and just end the game right there. That's sterilizing
like
yourself is basically the same thing as saying, "Yeah, I'm going to jump off a building." It's suicide. Why? I don't know why we're doing it, but we
like
seem to be a very
the
confused
reason
species.
is because like in this modern day, the greatest thing that you can be in their system is a productive unit in the system and nothing more. And
But
be a raw individual that is productive. And
there's
anything that takes away from that, such as children or family or wives or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, is a negative to the system, is a negative to yourself. And therefore, like you should eliminate the risk.
but but the system that we've developed is entirely ideological, and it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing that actually makes grandchildren. It's a concept that we developed one day in order to maximize GDP. This has nothing to do with reality, and this does not benefit man, and it does not make more of man. In fact, I think that the evidence suggests that this whole fucking construct that we've produced actually does the opposite of making more of man. It makes less of man. I think that we can notice that both the West, you can look at Germany, you can look at Japan, all these nations. They don't have enough kids because this ideology is so shit that it leads to people not being able to reproduce. All the way to the point where you have to start importing a whole bunch of goddamn third worlders in order to fucking rectify the inconvenience that your ideology is shit and nobody wants to reproduce in your ideology. There's no way that any of these ideas make sense. There's no fucking way. I'm not believing in it, dude. I'm not a Kool-Aid drinker. I will never be one of these fucking Kool-Aid drinkers.
Right? I mean, like the principle of being a raw individual, right? Just being a rabid individual for the sake of producing
Nobody would
more,
want that. That
more
sounds
wealth.
dangerous. That sounds very dangerous. We wouldn't want that.
Right? But I'm saying, like, this is what our society is built off of.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody thinks that they're a noble. Everybody thinks that they're an aristocrat. Nobody wants, like I was talking to a dude earlier, right? Here, right before, like I messaged you. And this guy said, well, in Russia, like Putin doesn't let people have like a political say in things. And I said, so? Like, do you think democracy is a good thing? And his brain broke.
Imagine actually thinking democracy is a good thing. That's hilarious.
Right? I mean, this is the basic principle of shit, right? In the end of the day, right? Is that these motherfuckers here literally think that like one of the most important things you can have, like you should throw away your whole society because you don't have political like ability. Not the fact that you're not making grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Not the fact that like, you don't have any fucking families left. Not the fact that like, 70% of fucking your fucking people are born to single moms. That's not the problem. That's not the reason why you want to throw shit away. You want to throw shit away because like you don't have a say in the guy who chooses the fucking trade policy for your country.
You know what I want? I want man to be focused on man. I don't know how it is that man has become I guess like so sociopathic or like what's that American Psycho guy Bateman, whatever the fuck he is.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah. Why is it that we've found ourselves in such a place that man can be so psychopathic and get away with it?
Because life is easy, bro. Like we're not guarding against the wolves anymore. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no bears taking our kids off the motherfucking like out of the fields. Right? That's the fucking problem.
This is
that we don't face real danger anymore.
In that case, in that case, that is obviously a problem. And humanity really should do something to rectify that. I mean, listen, bro, but like, dude,
libertarians don't think we need artificial difficulty.
I mean, I don't think that most libertarians make any fucking sense, and I'm not certain that they should be listened to. I mean, if I'm being honest,
like yeah, but neoliberalism is full of just Rothbardian fucking Milton Friedman nonsense. You know what I mean?
I mean, if I have the stance that that neoliberalism, if I have the stance that that libertarianism should not be listened to, there is no way that I'm going to have the stance that neoliberalism or neoconservatism or whatever the fuck that shit is should be listened to. That shit is a mind virus. It's like that is like some of the most evil shit that humanity has ever produced. I love humanity, but humanity sometimes comes up with ideas that are so fucking bad that it ends up killing other people. And I'm not going to sit here and respect these ideas. I am so fucking sick of human ideas. I swear to God. If humanity produced better ideas, I think that I would be able to like get more in line with that shit. But humanity doesn't produce good ideas. It turns out that actually we have a lot of shit ideas. What's some of the best ideas that humanity has produced? Physics. Physics is really smart, right? No, physics is called a tool, right?
I mean, like, I don't really know.
I don't worship tools, motherfucker. You're never gonna get me to worship a tool. I don't worship hammers.
Yo, I like my bro. Listen, I worship my Craftsman socket wrench. You know what I mean? Like, it is. You know, I hang it up every Sunday and I pray to it. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Like, you know, this is kind of where the mental is, right? Like, it's just like we really, you know what I mean, have like fucked up really bad. You know what I'm saying?
Stop worshiping tools, you dumbass fucking humans. Yeah. No, I get it.
Right. Like, ideas are dumb.
They are. Well, no, ideas are tools. They're just tools. That's all they are.
Ideas are like viruses for your brain.
Yeah, just tools. Either they're useful tools or they're not useful tools. What is a rock? A rock is kind of an unuseful tool unless you throw it at someone's head. Otherwise, it's not that useful. There's lots of unuseful things that exist, and most human ideas are unuseful, and they should remain being fucking unuseful things that will die.
Human inventions are hamburgers and Milwaukee tools, right? I kind of agree, right? Like the Milwaukee tools are
fair.
The shit.
That is fair, yeah.
Yeah, I feel where you are. Right, 100%. DJ Ronji says, playing evil devil's advocate. I'm sure many of us once believed democracy was a great thing. Listen, I agree.
Right? No, fuck you. Democracy is still a great thing. Okay, don't listen to your lying eyes. Democracy is still very, very important. Everybody knows democracy is still really cool. Yeah, everybody knows that.
I mean, like, I was trying to explain to a dude earlier that I was like, listen, when your country's going through like turmoil or like being put back together, right? You know what I mean? After like some crazy collapse, like after the Soviet Union, right? Or like when you're China and, you know, you have like, you know, crazy shit happening, you elect a dictator and you go, you handle this, right? And we trust you, right? Like you elect him once and then like he turns into a dictator because he does a really good job.
That's the point of a republic. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right, as a whole, right? And so this is where shit gets to, right? Is that, you know, like a lot of people haven't really thought outside of any type of box other than like the one that they live in. And it's mostly because like they're taught by women and so they think like women.
You know, I had to explain the difference between a democracy and a republic to someone like a few days ago, and it's crazy how it is that people don't understand like the actual difference between a democracy and a republic. It's nuts. People don't understand this. They like I feel as though actually most people potentially don't understand the difference between a democracy and a republic, right? A democracy is where people vote on things. A republic is where people get sick of voting on things because who the fuck exactly knows what the proper type of asphalt it takes to fill in the pothole. Is that should that asphalt be 50% carbon, 30% carbon? Like what is the correct ratio of carbon to the asphalt in order to fill the pothole? That ought not be up to like every human. We got better shit to do, right? Like humans have better shit to do than to worry about that. So we construct a republic where we elect individuals, assholes, if you will, who will go and learn about what the fucking, correct fucking carbon asphalt ratio is. And it's their asshole job to then go learn about that. And if they do a good job, they'll get reelected. And if they do a bad job, then they'll get unelected. And like that's a republic. The entire point of a republic is not that it's that most people don't want to fucking know about all this dumbass shit. We elect leaders so they actually do the shit for us. And when they stop doing the shit for us, then they stop getting elected. When the average man can think harder about this shit, about fucking potholes, than the average politician, then suddenly I think that we find ourselves in something called a quagmire. It's kind of like one of these oopsie poopsies. And I don't know exactly how to solve that one, but I believe that it is the case that in general, republics are better than democracies. 100%. I'm gonna die on that hill.
I mean, you are 100% right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I also
that a republic is better than a democracy. But let me keep this 100 too. Right? There are a lot of ways to run things. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of ways. And I mean, I feel like one of the best ways to run things, right, is to have like a monarch. And then when you need to do things like have a trial, you know what I'm saying? Or vote on like what to plant as a community. So like you can, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, so you can stand here and negotiate for whatever prices you want to have. I mean, that type of thing. Or whatever price y'all want to sell as a community. You know what I mean? Like you could have a monarch who does the decisions day to day of like, hey, look, the roads need fixed. We got to fucking do this. We got to do that. And he runs shit, like get it done. I don't fucking care. Right. And then you come together as a community and go like, hey, look, we're going to vote on like, we're going to have guys come together in the community who knows everybody and everybody knows the accused. Right. And the accused is accused of whatever the fuck it is. And then you vote as to whether or not they're guilty or motherfucking innocent. You know what I'm saying? And then you vote on what the fuck their punishment is if they're fucking found guilty. Right. You know what I mean? Basic ass fucking thing, right? Like that's probably should be like the way it fucking works. You know what I mean? Is that like you don't really sit here and have people who, you know what I mean, are like elected to do shit. You know what I mean? I mean, DJ Ron is that's sort of kind of the rule of law, right? Because as a whole, as a community, if you go like, listen, this is a dumb law, right? We can just go, I don't fucking care. Like, for instance, say like, if your great grandfathers passed a law that said like you're not allowed to like, fucking have chickens in your backyard or whatever, right? And then somebody has chickens in their backyard and the community gets called together, right? And they go, all right, we got to vote on whether or not this guy's guilty of having chickens in their backyard. And they go, listen, we all kind of want chickens in our backyard. Fuck this law. And we just get rid of it right then and there. No fucking red tape, no paperwork, no nonsense. It's done. Better way of doing things.
So Pinoid, I have a genuine question for you, man.
What up?
How the fuck do you stay sane?
Why?
Because I know a lot of insane people. How do you maintain your sanity? How do you do that? Like, what's your secret?
Oh, pussy and good food and like talking to motherfuckers like you and hanging out with my kids and having a goal in the future.
The way that I like try to maintain my own sanity is by trusting in God. My God, not the Christian God. I think the Christian God, I think, makes people fucking nuts, and I don't trust that God. But my God, I very much believe in. My God is like nature god, that dude, is the only thing that keeps me sane. I think that I would have fallen off a cliff long ago if it were not for nature god. And like I feel like to be a human, especially today, especially in the modern era where we're about to fucking get on the slide of the technological singularity, you know, the that really cool fucking slide from the water park, you know, the technological singularity slide in the water park. It's a really cool slide, but Jesus Christ, it's such an evil entity. How can one possibly maintain their sanity? So many people are actually losing their sanity right now because they don't know how to deal with the monstrosity that humanity has given us. I mean, literally, this is nuts, right? Check this out. I was once again. I was in like 3 different servers, and they all had me muted simultaneously. And what did I do? What did I do to get muted? Did I violate the rules? No, I didn't. I didn't violate a single rule to get muted, and yet I was muted. Why was I muted? It was because I said something that was against the vibes. And some human had to come in there and go, yeah, this guy isn't violating any rules, but like he's kind of like, he's saying shit that like is against the vibes, man. And then I got muted. Which, by the way, if you want to mute me because of the vibes, that's fair. That's a fair thing to do. It's fair to mute someone, you know, if they're against the vibes, but only if your rules in your server are that you mute people if they're against the vibes. These are not servers that do that. These are servers that specifically say they hand it out. It's almost like a constitution. There are things that you can't say. They're basically First Amendment, right, in their constitution, not in their practice. But they're basically First Amendment. They say you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say that. But otherwise, it's free speech. You can be, as much of a human as you want to be, but you can't say the N-word. And I'm like, dude, I totally get that. Okay, fine, I won't say the N-word. But yet, I do still get fucking muted on these platforms for unknown reasons because I guess the vibe check.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you something, right?
Yeah, sorry, I'm ranting. I'm just pissed.
No, you're fine. You're fine, bro. You're fine. I've already explained this to you, but like I'm gonna take it a different direction with you, right? All right. So do you know what the number one predictor is of whether or not you get found guilty in court?
It's how much of a cunt you are.
No, it's not. You know what it actually is?
Oh, what is it?
How handsome, right, or cute you are as a female. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what you look like, whether you're good looking or whether you're ugly, determines, number one, whether or not you're going to be found guilty. And number two, whether or not or how much time you actually get. There is a bigger disparity, right, between ugly people and good looking people than there is between black and white. And there's almost the same disparity between men and women as there is between ugly and good looking.
I mean, that follows. I believe that, but I mean that only serves to show that our judicial system is based off of lies. Lies that men keeps telling each other. Oh yeah, no, we totally have justice. We totally have fair things. Well, I mean, but if you're pretty, then you're going to do better. And if you're ugly, then you're going to get fucked. No, but it's all totally fair. We all believe in the judicial system. None of this is real. There's not a single real thing about any of this.
This is what I'm saying. So like, again, the answer to like your question that you're asking, right, is literally, the fact that like what you did is you insulted a woman, right? And in insulting a woman, you became ugly to them.
Yeah, you can't do that. That is wrong. I agree. No, actually, shit, I understand your point. You're right. You're 100% right. This even manifests itself right here on Discord. You can't just go around insulting powerful people, because they'll fuck you up. And it's not about the rules. It has nothing to do with the rules. It has to do with the fact that you're saying shit that popular and or attractive and or powerful people don't fucking want you to be saying. Shut the fuck up. I think that's what it is, and you're totally right. But I dislike that. I don't think that that's a good way to run humanity, because I love my fellow man. I think that all humans can be loved, and that means that all humans should have a right to say their piece, because I love my fellow man. We gotta understand what love is. Like, what is love? You know, I am pro love. I am so pro love. I want to love my fellow man.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a gay way, mind you. I don't want to like love my fellow man.
Here's where I'm at, right? I want to be able to
in a straight way. I love my fellow man, like platonically.
My mentality is I want to be able to conduct myself in real life the same way I do on the internet, right? That's a lot of what I do, right? So like my vibe check to most motherfuckers like on the internet is going like, bro, like, you understand I'm like 6'1", 235, right? Like, you know, I'm not a bitch. And then I show them that, like, you know, I mean, I'm base as fuck, and I meme them out, you know what I mean? Like, I fucking talk shit, and we do. What up, underdog? Right? And this mentality, right, as a whole, allows me to operate the way I operate, because like I have like privileges, because I sound good and I look good and I'm all fucking say good things, right? And therefore, when I say crazy shit, and I mean, like, people tend to let me get away with it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know what you're saying. I mean, I'm what you would call a 5'10" manlet. So I've never experienced life being, you know, 6'1". I'm a 5'10" manlet. So like, you know, my shit, like my perspectives don't matter, because I am basically a munchkin. But I imagine that it would be cool to be tall. Like, I imagine that.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not just that. It's so like, you know, like when I'm in a room and I'm a room full of dudes, I'm dangerous to everybody. And even the dudes who are big, they're dangerous to me. So like, we just show respect between the two of us. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so like, I want to be able to conduct myself on the internet in the same manner where like we can go back and forth and have conversations, you know what I mean? The whole type of thing. Right. And like, you could hit somebody in the mouth and they're not going to go like full bitch made and start running around acting like assholes. Now, I know that there's places I'm not welcome. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for instance, there's places where you were. like, I am not welcome in those places.
No, you're not. No, I'm barely welcome there. You're definitely not welcome there.
Yeah, right. So, and me not being welcome there, right, as a whole, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't go there. And you should be thankful when they throw you out, because they're letting you know that, like, yo, you're actually not really welcome there. That's not your people. You don't belong there, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with not belonging in a place.
You know, you were just saying how like because you're like you're a dangerous 6'1" gorilla. By the way, I'm not a dangerous fellow. I'm a 5'10" manlet. But I've started to do this thing, and I don't know if this is like a good thing for me to do or not. It seems a little bit like nuts, but what I've started to do is I've just said, hey man, I will die on this hill, and if you want, I'll fight you. If you want, like, I'll debate you on this fucking thing, and I'll record you, and I'll post on YouTube, and fuck it. I've started to do that, and you know what? Do you know how many people have taken me up on the offer of fucking debating over an issue, and then me recording it and then putting it on YouTube, like, just straight up? Nobody. Nobody has taken me up on that offer, because I think that and by the way, I'm willing to fight anybody. I'll fight you, son of a bitch, who might be listening to me. I'll fight anybody. But there's not a lot of people that actually want to fight me. Not I mean, maybe physically, you know, I'm not a big guy, but there's not that many people, I think, that want to fight me intellectually. Because I got nature God on my side. I mean, what are you gonna do? But I am, by the way, always open to the fight. And Pinoid, I think that you're the same way. You also are always open to the fight. You're willing to engage. There are so many fucking I guess bitch made niggas from your church that they don't want to fight. They don't want the confrontation. They don't want to have the hassle. What the fuck is going on with what is going on with that, man?
I mean, there's just a lot of like bitch made motherfuckers.
There are.
You know what I mean? But like they're always bitch made motherfuckers. There's always going to be bitch made motherfuckers, bro. Like, that's just how it works. Like most of these people are not actually interested in defending their fucking points. They're interested in like being entertained temporarily because they're bored.
I here's the thing, right? Like I give a shit about things. It doesn't always sound like it. Like a lot of people think I'm like a troll or whatever the fuck. But I legitimately give a shit about things. Like I am aggressively pro humanity. I'm aggressively anti-human thought. I give a shit. Pinoid, I know that you also give a shit about things. Why is it that we can't find more people that actually legitimately care about things? Because they always seem like they like on paper care about things, but you never like there's a lot of people that on paper care about things, but in practice they don't care about anything. They don't have things that they care about. They don't have qualia.
Well, they don't really care about shit because they don't have to care about shit.
Seems like a terrible life.
You know what I mean? Like they don't have to care about anything. You know what I mean? Like, why would they have to care? No, it's not GCB and Negro. You know what I mean? Like, they don't actually have to care about anything. It's General Chief. I don't know why he just puts G, but that's fine. I don't really care. Right. But like, yeah, they don't have to care because like their system's in control. So why would they care?
And I think that this is where I have to throw my hands up in the air and go, well, I don't know how to fix it then. I mean, like I'm just I'm a person, you're a person, everybody's a person. Nobody knows how to solve this thing, like I can't fix this shit. Nobody can fix this shit. Right? Like I know what I believe, I know what my God is, I know what I believe, I know people that I like, I know what I love humanity. But there's like if we have this system that is so fucking bonkers and removed from humanity, then I and you and probably nobody else knows how to fucking fix this. Like I can't. Pinoid, do you know how to fix this system? I don't know how to fix this system. I have no idea. I'm just shouting into the void. I'm just a dude shouting into the void. I have no idea.
Well, what you do is you burn it the fuck to the ground.
Well, I mean, burn down civilization, return to monkey, eat banana, is I mean that is probably one of the most viable solutions. Is there really anything wrong with forest fires? Do we know about forest fires? Is there really anything wrong with forest fires? I mean, that is a solution. It's probably one of the best solutions that exist, but is it the solution? Is there a better solution? Is there a way that we can actually navigate through this without having to set too many forest fires? Can we do it? I don't know. Because I'm a stupid fucking chimp. I don't know the answer to these things.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, right? You know, I mean, like, it's not like, listen, you just burn it the fuck down and return to like monkey see banana, eat banana. Like, that's just how the fuck that shit works, right? Like, none of this stops until, like, again, the beatings will continue until morale improves.
You know, I actually I don't think that burning down civilization is the best solution. It might be the only solution that exists. It
I
might be
mean,
the
like, again,
it
so
might.
like, all right, listen. So here's the problem, General. This is the problem that we have.
Mhm. Yep.
If the only solution is like the worst solution, then like it is what it is.
In that case, it is what it is, and I agree with you. But there is part of me that believes that there might be an alternative solution. I don't know how this manifests. I don't know how we can possibly create it. It probably doesn't exist. It probably doesn't exist. I'm probably fucking navel gazing. But I I do think that human civilization has constructed cool things. Science has constructed cool things. I am not opposed to tool use. We have constructed so many fucking cool things as man. Like right now, literally, you and me, Pinoid, we're talking on I guess like some sort of like a web streaming platform onto YouTube or some shit. Like this is insane technology that we have. I love the internet. The internet is so cool. Like human tools have produced really cool shit like the internet. The internet led to 4chan, right? Like 4chan is one of the coolest things that has ever existed. Humans are smart and I fucking love humans.
All right,
I love humans.
Listen.
But
Wait, I got to talk to Nordicus real quick, bro.
okay, yeah,
He
100%.
says he thinks our civilization will burn itself. I'll be honest with you, dog. I don't think you're right. Right? I do not think you're right. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't think you're right. Because, like, literally, people will do whatever they can to maintain the status quo. And at this point, they're literally like cutting their dicks off and turning into women and acting like little whores in order to maintain shit as the status quo. So you tell me how you have a citizenry who's that willing to defend the nonsense, right? And who's like basic premises. They literally can't come up with like basic ideas. They can't like grasp like simple concepts. How the fuck that's gonna burn itself down? Because they're too dumb.
I want a way to rescue human constructions from the jaws of I guess inevitable entropic destruction. I want there to be an answer. I don't know if there is an answer, but god damn it, I want to fight for one. I want there to be a solution where like we maintain the internet. I want the internet. I like the internet. The internet's cool. We can murder TikTok. We can murder a lot of things. We can murder the toaster oven, whatever the fuck. Like most tools I think can get murdered, but I really want the internet to like still be a thing, and but also like go back to being a community. I don't know exactly how to do that.
Listen, I know how to do this, right? Like I 100% know how to do this.
No, you don't.
I do too.
All right, tell me.
All right. So like what you have to do, all right, and this is an important thing. When you have like one system, right? You don't have any other options, right? What up, Johnny boy? Right? The way you stand here and you fucking change things is you offer them a different system, right? And the different system that I offer, right, as a whole is like the communitarian ideology, right? It's the Church of Jesus Christ, not a bitch made nigga. It's the church of motherfucking like, yo, nature God is a complete bitch, right? It's this that we offer, right?
Nature God is not a bitch.
Nature God is a complete bitch.
Nature God is not a bitch. I'll fight you.
Okay, bro. Listen, I can't put anything edgy in the title to get people to click on this.
Nature God is not a bitch. Fuck you.
Listen, we have to put something edgy in the title. All right.
Okay.
But anyway, right? Like, but like the whole point, right, as a whole, is the saying, yo, what up, man? Fucking Dingleberry, my nigga. How the fuck you doing, my brother? Man, listen, I've been fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling good right now. I'm fucking swole up. Motherfuckers out like running the past 2 days and fucking running through the fucking woods and shit, getting it in. I'll talk to you in a minute. All right. Anyway, right. So back to where we were. Fucking the way to do it is to offer something the fuck else, right? That's better. You offer another solution, right? And the solution is to stand here, right? And you offer them the opportunity to go like, hey, what if you lived in a community, right, where like you had the internet and you know what I'm saying, like, yo, you didn't have like bills for your crib, you had multi-generational living, you had a 3D print shop, you know what I'm saying, where like, yo, you could print, you know what I'm saying, all the implements you need for like growing your food in your neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, you had greenhouses and shit to grow things that you would normally get from like Guatemala or fucking Florida or California, right? Like oranges and fucking, you know what I mean, grapes and all that type of stuff, whatever it is, right? You know what I mean? And you went back to like living this way, but you kept the internet, right? You kept your ability to learn. You kept your ability to like have medicine. You kept your ability to like have pharmaceuticals and things of this nature. You had some type of industry in your area where like you all worked to like, you know, we bring home like fucking capital and produce, right? And you ended up having local shops that produce shoes and clothing, right? And these type of things, right? Where like you had hand artists and stuff, you know what I mean? That was like much better. And you also had the ability, you know what I'm saying, to maintain like automated factories wherever the fuck you want to have them, right? That would produce things that you can't produce. You know what I mean? And like you take the economy and you make it serve the human beings who live there rather than having the human beings serve the economy. And that's what you offer.
I mean, the idea that the economy would serve humans as opposed to humans serving the economy, that's a radical idea.
Yeah,
That's
well, I'm a radical.
crazy. That's nuts, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a radical. Yo, Dingleberry, we need to hook up, man. I need some fucking like fresh eggs. You know what I mean? I'll be real. It sounds awesome. Yo, you know, I'm on like hit the link in the Discord. You know the deal, fucking bro. Like, find me, fucking send me a message, bro. We got to hook up. I want to get some eggs off you. But like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, dog.
I
imagine going
here's
back to having like family units
I have to
that worked.
I have to I have to go back to Nature God to be able to understand that one, right? Because what is an economy? An economy is it's a type of ecosystem. How is it that species tend to interact with their ecosystem? I think fundamentally, species they have a balance with their ecosystem. They tend to put in shit, but they also tend to get shit out as well. They have a mutualistic relationship with their ecosystem. They get shit out. They put shit in. They get shit out. I believe that is the only stable way that man can interact with this ecosystem called the economy. You have to put shit in so that you can expect shit out.
No, all right, DJ Ronnie G. No, that is that is the economy today. That is not like what an economy is. An economy is like what people do all day in a certain area. That is what an economy is.
An economy is just an ecosystem. That's the
You're
whole
not
thing.
wrong. You're not wrong. And anyway, that's a great fucking way to think of it. Keeping it 100. But like again, we get back to we as a whole should have the economy serve humans rather than humans serve the economy.
Well, humans, no. I think it's a balance. I think that humans have to serve the economy so that the economy can serve humans. It's a balance. No, you have to have both. It's a dynamic. It's a yin yang. It's a yin yang, bro. We can't just have the economy serving humans. That's almost like a that's a fully automated luxury gay space communism. To have the economy serve you have to have a tit for tat.
Okay, so like here's the thing. All right, whether we like it or not, these tech bros are going to make AI a thing, right? And
Yes.
corporations are going to make AI a thing. And there's going to be a
Yes.
lot of human beings who are
I'm
going to be
against it,
eliminated. They're
but
going
it's
to be
gonna
eliminated
happen.
out of the economy. You know what I'm saying? And so like the idea of like what a human is has to like go back to something of like a 15th century idea, right? Where like what is a human? A human is an animal, right? That lives on a piece of land that like grows food and feeds itself and has a family. And that's what a human is. Nothing more, nothing less, right? Like a human is an animal that requires sunlight and requires substance and nutrients and all the things, right? And like we have to think about this very, very soon because AI is coming, whether we like it or not, because like fucking, you know, what I mean, tech bros are a thing and libertarians are a thing. That's the mentality. Nothing. That's it. That's it. Shrapnel, what up, nigga? How the fuck you doing, my brother? Nice to see you. You know what I mean? Right? You know what I mean? Like this is where the things are. You know what I mean? So this mentality as a whole, right? Just in general, this mental, like we have to look at it and go, okay, well, you know what I mean? If we're gonna eliminate people out of the economy, I'm fucking fine with that. But the thing is, what you have to do,
Is eliminate HR. Fuck HR.
you have to give people, right, the ability to survive. You have to at least give them a fucking chance. You know what I mean? And that means giving them like fucking back their freedoms to like be able to live and feed themselves and eat and succeed and taking away the debt that is created when they're born.
Uh, I've never been to prison. Have you ever been to prison?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course you would. Yeah, of course. A fucking Pinoid. Of course you have been to
You're
prison.
talking to me, dog.
Uh, okay, here's the thing, right? Like I've heard tales that when people go to prison for too long, they find it difficult to
Called institutionalization.
yeah, because they have been so institutionalized, they can't return to being a person. And
Mm.
I think that if we were to ever try to like really free mankind, I think that so many of them are basically cattle at this point, you know, domesticated, which is the same thing as institutionalized, which is the same thing as enslaved, which is the same thing as imprisoned. Um I don't know that they would know what the fuck to do. I think that they would probably go, I don't like freedom. Please institutionalize me again, Daddy Government. This is scary. I think most human beings would actually end up doing that because
Well, this is
most
this
human
is
beings
what
are
we're doing. No,
cattle.
no, we're offering that, right? But we're offering a better solution and to go like, hey, you know what? We'll put them in a pod and feed them bugs. You know what I'm saying? We're doing better than that. What we're doing is we're saying, okay, listen, you can have a half acre of ground or an acre of ground, whatever the case is, right? Or you and your neighbor have an acre of ground, right? Together. You know, what I mean, you have a town that has like a fucking like a big ass park or like some like flat ground around it, right? And you use that to grow food and animals and cows, and you graze goats and sheep and all these things, and you go back to living the way we lived in motherfucking 1500, right? Except you still have the internet and medicine.
But but okay, the we what we're dealing with is cattle, right? Like
Again,
if
they're
I
going to
it,
go back to being fucking what they were. It'll
but
take
if
6, 8, 10 months, but they'll get there.
okay, let me ask you this question, right?
What up?
Let's say that we became vegans tomorrow. Everybody becomes a vegan because like you know veganism is cool,
Right, right, right.
and humanity no longer had a use
Hmm.
for cows. And we just said, okay, cows, you know, we're gonna open up the pen. Nobody wants to eat you anymore, so you know, we're just gonna let you be free. What would happen to the cows? What would happen to the chickens? What would happen to the goats? What would happen to the sheep? They
Well,
would
a
all
lot. First off, we'd
they
let
would
those cows
basically
go,
die.
and the cows. Some of the cows would die, but some would be all right. All right, Dingleberry. Let me put it like this, bro. Okay, so You ever been down? And I need you to type in the chat.
I'm a city people, Dingleberry.
Okay,
I'm a city people.
Wait a minute, dog. I'm talking about my boy Dingleberry. Dingleberry, have you ever been down the road where the state police is at by the farm show, right? You know, I mean, where they put that big ass motherfucking PSECU building at, right? And across from there is the fishing game, right? Dingleberry, you ever been there? You know what I'm saying? Like Dingleberry, you ever been to that fucking area? Right? Because in that area is a big plot of land that's owned. Yeah, by the big post office. Okay, so back there's a big plot of land that's owned by fucking Harrisburg City, right? And in that area, every year there's a bunch of people who show up there, right? Yeah, exactly. Me too, right? Fucking right across the street there. Fucking because if you go down that road, you end up like back in Edgemont and shit down there by the shopping drive and shit on fucking Hurst Street. Right. So, like right there, and it's a big ass piece of land where all the black ladies show up after church on Sundays and go garden. I don't think it'll be that hard to deprogram the city people. Keeping it 100. I don't think they're that far removed.
I'm a city people.
Yeah, I know. And you want to go back to monkey see banana, eat banana. And every chance you get, you go to the woods and you do cocaine and walk around.
That's right. I like going into the woods and doing coke. It's quite fun.
Right? Again, so really, how hard would it be to get you to fuck out in the woods and teach you some very basic skills of how to grow things? You know what I mean? Like, I show you how to, like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking kill an animal once. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to know how to do it forever. You might fuck it up once or twice, like, you know, just not really fucking it up like where you're going to hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? But like, you're going to fuck it up like to the point where like, you know, like I couldn't get all the meat off the ribs the right way and my steak wasn't cut right. But you're not going to fuck it up to like hurt yourself or like infect people. You know what I'm saying? Like, because taking the guts on ain't shit, but like fucking cutting the esophagus out and then ripping everything out down to the goddamn fucking asshole. That's it. And even then, like, there's a whole bunch of those pieces that you're going to learn how to use to like motherfucking make new shit. You know what I mean? To make certain meals, you know what I mean? Like fucking haggis or whatever the fucking case is. You know what I mean? Right? You know, liver and kidneys and all this stuff that, you know, you can use for, you know, bait or whatever the case is, whatever you want to do.
At the same time, I do think that obviously, we want to return to a more tribal scenario, communitarianism, as you call it, Tom. I'm unfortunately, I think I do have to adopt that word, whether I like it or not. But even within like this idea that man could return to his community and form tribes before we can actually I guess get our tribes back and be able to function as man, probably would be more healthy to function as on the way out of human civilization and human thoughts. We can't just exit. We can't just fucking exit. What we have to do on the way out is we have to, I believe, deal with I guess you could call it science god. You might be able to call it I guess like idea god. Maybe you could maybe call it idea god. It's the god of human ideas. It's the Tower of Babel that we keep blindly constructing. We have to be able to defeat the Tower of Babel, I believe. And how do we defeat the Tower of Babel is, I think, actually a really important question. How do we kill Science God? Nature God, obviously, is true and based and awesome. But on the way out of civilization, to make sure that civilization doesn't come back to haunt us, to make sure that we murder this demon like forever, we have to be able to tackle what the science god is, what this Tower of Babel god is, what this human idea god is. We have to be able to kill this, and until we're able to kill this motherfucker, we will always be in a cycle of building civilization, getting wrecked, building civilization, getting wrecked, building civilization, getting wrecked. We have to be able to kill this fucker. We have to be able to do that.
Well, Johnny Boy says, General, all you have to do is not be in the way when the tower falls. I mean, you're not
of
wrong.
Course.
Right?
Of course,
yes.
Wrong. Yeah, but I mean, the tower will keep constructing itself until we can eliminate the things that are trying to build a tower. It'll keep building. We got a new person.
My boy TK came out. Yo, he's a smart ass motherfucker. What up, TK?
TK, how's it going, man?
Hey, I have returned to Earth.
Nice, that's big.
Congratulations. You bring back some black pussy with you?
I did not. Went on like a 3-day mushroom trip.
Fuck yeah, that sounds awesome.
How was it?
It was pretty good. I sweated a lot. Yeah. Not a whole lot. I've been hearing what y'all been saying a little bit. Probably caught the last 20-30 minutes or so.
What do you think?
I do think that like it's both. It's one of those things that it's both harder and easier than it really looks. Like going back to, reasonable communities. And it's because like if you look at like if you look at the last time society like collapsed in with the cold snap that happened in Europe, I can't remember exactly when this was, but there's evidence of like stonemasons just dropping their tools while they're working on a cathedral or working on these buildings and just abandoning their work before the stuff was even finished, right? Because that's what happens when you don't have food anymore, right? On the other hand, part of the problem here is that everybody, the food system is completely poisoned. Everybody, like, they're saying that on the fucking news now. It's gotten that bad.
No, the goy slop is good for you. The goy slop is very good for you. Keep eating it.
Right. And even some of it is just because of like not necessarily what is the food made out of, but like how it's made in a lot of ways, not just like the laundromat chemical, not just the yoga mat chemicals and this type of thing, but also the fact that like all these corn products have residual amounts of cornstarch in it, and that completely fucks up your gut microbiome. And that actually might be one of the main reasons why.
And the fluoride in the water is probably really good for you. It makes your teeth better.
Yeah, I switched to fluoride-free toothpaste and started using like coconut oil and mineralizing tooth powder. And my dentist like shat himself because a chip in my tooth that I've had for a while started shrinking. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like, you can't get me. But yeah, so the reason why we're in this position at the moment is because...
actually, you mentioned fucking dentists, right? And I'm a dumb motherfucker. I'm a chimp, right? So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about ever. But I haven't been to a dentist since I was 18. Right. Which sounds bad. I mean, until you understand that actually, for most of human history, people didn't go to dentists. So I don't know why that's so much of a goddamn problem. But
it's
back
because
when
of our food.
Back when I used to go to a dentist, they would always take a metal scraping tool and scrape my teeth. And my question is it a good idea to scrape your teeth with metal? Because dentists like to scrape your teeth with metal. They like to do that. They do that all the time. Every time I've ever been to a dentist, they scrape my teeth with a metal pick. And my overall question is, does it actually make sense to scrape your teeth with metal? Open question. I don't know the answer, but it does seem kind of weird. Seems weird to me.
It as a lot of things with like hygiene and medical stuff, the question isn't, is this good, is this bad? It's in comparison to what?
Does it benefit me? Yeah.
If you're talking about like you've got caked on plaque and you never take care of your teeth ever, then yeah, it's probably beneficial. If you don't eat a whole lot of like processed breads and you get all of the crap off your teeth and you floss and do this type of thing, then no, it's probably not all that helpful. Also, interesting thing, it turns out that mouthwash might cause heart attacks.
Oh, who decided that one?
So basically what happened was some people who were looking into like the mouth microbiome, right? They studied it, and they found that in your nose and mouth are like these bacterias that turn the air you breathe into nitric oxide. Like they produce nitric oxide, which is in high amounts it's bad for you, but in like low and normal amounts it's relatively good for your circulatory system. And it turns out that if you use mouthwash, it kills those bacteria, and you then no longer make the amount of nitric oxide that you need to like keep your heart healthy.
All
what
right.
about the
yo, listen, hey, look,
ahead,
yo, listen. I apologize to y'all, man, especially UCK, you just showed up, but I gotta go to work.
All right, later, guys.
Bro, listen, I gotta be in at 7 o'clock. It's 6:47. You know what I mean? I'm like 10 minutes from work, so like, and I gotta get out of this fucking house. I apologize, TK. If you want to meet us on Discord, we can, you know what I mean, go have a conversation on Discord if you're interested. General, same as you. But like, yo, thank you everybody for coming the fuck out. I appreciate it. I appreciate, you know what I mean, Streamlabs, Zonos, all that type of shit. Make sure you hit that Streamlabs in the motherfucking description. Make sure you fucking donate to the Patreon.
I would like to say that I love humans. I think that humans are really worthwhile, and we should love humans more.
I agree. Listen, we might end up starting like a new channel just for this type of shit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like, yo, listen, I'm gonna motherfucking go handle my business. I'm gonna holla at y'all motherfuckers later. Peace be like one. I'm up out of here.
Peace out.
And stream.